Welcome back to our series on Su Tungpo, one of China's greatest literary figures. In this episode, we'll explore his early life and the influences that shaped him into the renowned poet and writer he became. Su Tungpo, also known as Su Shi, was born in 1037 in Maishan, Sichuan province. Maishan is not a big town, but it's famous for being the home of the Su family, known as the Three Sus. The father, Su Sun, and his two sons, Su Shi, who we know as Su Tungpo, and Su Zhe, are some of the greatest literary figures in Chinese history. Together the father and sons account for 3 of the 8 great prose masters of the Tang and Sung dynasties. Su Tungpo was the eldest son because his older brother had died in infancy. His family was quite well off, owning land and living comfortably. When Su was born, his uncle had just passed the imperial exams, so the whole family was in high spirits. Su Tungpo's father, Su Sun, was a quiet man. He had big political dreams but never quite achieved them. However, he did find success in literary and official honors, which is what he's remembered for today. Interestingly, Su Sun didn't start studying seriously until he was 27, which is often used as an example to show that with determination and hard work, success is always possible. When Su Shi was born, his father decided to take his own studies seriously. He must have felt a bit embarrassed seeing that his brother, his wife's brother, and his sister's husbands had all passed the state exams and become officials. For someone as talented as Su Sun, this was probably hard to bear. When Su Tungpo was around 8 to 10 years old, his father went to the capital to try his luck at the imperial exams again. But unfortunately, he failed. Su Tungpo started school when he was just 6 years old. According to records, by the age of 10, he had already written some impressive lines. 2 of these lines are from his fun story, The Cunning Mouse, which tells how a little mouse pretended to be dead when trapped in a bag, only to outsmart its captors when thrown to the ground. Around this time, Su's teacher was reading a long poem about the famous scholars at the emperor's court. Curious young Su looked over his teacher's shoulder and started asking questions about these great figures. This was during the reign of one of China's best emperors, who supported literature and the arts, and the country was at peace. Su Tungpo heard about famous scholars like Ouyang Shu and Fan Chengyan, and he was deeply inspired. When Su was 11, he entered secondary school to seriously prepare for the official exams. To pass these tests, students had to read and memorize ancient classics, history, poetry, and selected prose. In class, they recited passages from memory, often with their backs turned to prevent cheating. The ambitious ones would even memorize entire chapters. It wasn't just about the content but also the language and style. Using famous phrases or allusions without directly naming their sources gave readers a sense of pride and pleasure. This subtle way of writing, full of suggestions and associations, was more impactful than straightforward statements. While Su Tungpo and his brother, Su Zhe, were busy learning all about literature and the classics, their father, Su Sun, after failed his exams, returned home. It was common for young people to read aloud while their fathers listened, correcting any pronunciation mistakes. Just like Ouyang Shu and later Su Tungpo himself, Su Sun would lie on a couch, eyes fixed on the ceiling, listening to the musical flow of his sons' voices. Hearing them recite the classics so smoothly, he felt a renewed hope and pride in their potential success. Su Tungpo was fortunate that his father valued simplicity in writing, contrasting with the overly ornate style popular at that time. When Su later went to the capital to take the exams, the Minister of Education and Chief Examiner, Ouyang Shu, wanted to reform the literary style by failing candidates who wrote in a pedantic manner. This style involved piling up complex phrases and obscure references to beautify the writing, making it difficult to find a simple, natural line. Su Tungpo criticized this style, saying it was like building each sentence separately without considering the overall effect. The home atmosphere was perfect for a young person with a strong interest in literature. The library was filled with books of all kinds. Su Tungpo's younger brother, Suja, was the most important person in his life. They grew up and studied together, sharing a deep bond of love and loyalty. They supported each other through all of life's challenges, writing poems to each other as a way of staying connected. Thank you for joining us in this episode. Stay tuned for the next installment, where we delve into Su Tungpo's rise in the literary and political spheres. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the life of Su Tungpo.